Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Some few days ago, there was a report making rounds on the internet how Sunday Igboho legal team were able to win a case in your state against the federal government, and the High Court demanded that 20 billion naira should be paid for the damage that was carried out in his residence when DSS attacked. Though the Attorney General of the Federation said that they are taking the case to the appeal court, but nothing for now has been done about it. Same thing is also happening to the Nnamdi Kanu's case of trampling on his fundamental human right is ongoing currently in Abia State High Court. And Ejimako have this to tell Nigerians, considering the fact that, considering what had happened in Oyo High Court, he has this to tell Nigeria. We're going to be looking at his statement and what his expectation is, considering the fact that right now, Nnamdi Kanu is the subject of discussion in the Southeast Judiciary. We are going to be looking at all of that in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you're not subscribed, kindly hit on the red subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our video. Aloy Ejimako, who is the special counsel to the detained leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has expressed confidence that his client would emerge victorious against the federal government as the High Court of Abia State resumed hearing of the case today. The lawyer who stated this in a chat on Monday said the case of Kanu was similar to that of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho. Ejimako said that the September 17 judgment of an Oyo State High Court, which awarded, amongst others, 20 billion naira in damages against the Department of State Services for the invasion of Igboho's Ibadan resident and destruction of his property, was instructive that his client would secure victory before Justice KCJ Okereke of the High Court of Abia State today. It has been reported that Kanu, through his lawyer on September 7, asked the court to award him 5 billion naira as damages for the breach of his fundamental human right, which began with the 2017 extrajudicial attempt on his life in Abia, his involuntary flight to safety/exile, his abduction in Kenya, and his extradition to Nigeria. Ejimako had prayed the court to declare that the arrest, torture, and detention of Kanu were unconstitutional. He also prayed the court to declare that Kanu's expulsion from Kenya to Nigeria, as well as the military invasion of his building in Abia in 2017, were illegal and unlawful. In the suit number HI1 FR14 2021, the respondents include the federal government of Nigeria, First Attorney General of the Federation, Second Chief of Army Staff, Third Inspector General of Police, Fourth Director General, State Security Service, 6, and other persons. The IPOB leader has secured an order from the court to serve by substituted means and application for enforcement of his fundamental human right. The case, which was adjourned to September 21st, will come up today in Abia State capital, Umuahia, by 9 a.m. It's already happening right now, and security is on top gear. Speaking with our correspondent on his expectation in court today, Ejimako said, "I have confidence that Abia Court would uphold the law. The Oyo State High Court judgment in Igboho's case, which is similar to Kanu, is instructive and underscores the wide powers of state high courts when it comes to enforcement of fundamental rights." The lawyers also said the court will check in its file whether proof of service on each of the 8 respondents have been filed in the court's file. Given that the suit was filed on 7th of September, it is expected that service of process must have been completed by now, and if service was accomplished, the respondent have 5 days to file their counter affidavit from the date of completion of service. Where a respondent fails to respond within 5 days, such respondent shall be deemed to have admitted the fact averred in the affidavit, and judgment shall be entered in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. Quite an interesting one there for Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, when it comes to the issue of legality, comes to the issue of, judiciary, it's very, very complicated. At the same time, if you capitalize on the loopholes, you can deal with those who seems to be more stronger than you. And I think that's exactly what Ejimako is about to do. Don't forget that what happened in Kenya was not a straitjacket thing. It was not being, they didn't pass through the required process of extraditing him down to Nigeria. So it's considered as a case of kidnap from Kenya back to Nigeria. And at one point, I think that the General of the Federation has accepted something like that, that he has been brought back, though he did not mention the location where that actually happened. But right now, the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu is trying to capitalize on that because it's actually an infringement on the right of Nnamdi Kanu, for him to face such a level of abduction down to Nigeria. And what had happened in 2017 is also part of what he's going to use today to face the federal government. All the respondents there, starting from the presidency down to Attorney General of the Federation, the DSS, and other persons who are involved. I know that right now, according to the news, the update we've gotten, the whole place is overly tense with security men, with security men. So it's something that everybody is waiting to hear, the final verdict come out. At least that will go an extra mile to tell Nigerians how strong Nigerian judiciary is. You understand? And the security right now is beefed up because we know that anything that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu is quite serious, and it must, be taken care of with all amount of security dexterity. And don't forget that the demand put forward is actually 5 billion naira. 5 billion naira is what is up for grabs for Nnamdi Kanu. At least if they succeed in winning the case, I can't really tell if that will also go an extra mile in helping his release from prison. But at least 5 billion naira will be there to fund everything that has to do with his other court cases that have been lined up against him. Don't forget that in October precisely, he will also be featuring in the court. This time around, it's actually the federal government that is taking him to court about some of the things that had happened before now. But I believe that this one will have a huge say on what will happen on that October. Some few days ago, if you check our feed, you're going to see an info from a particular group, Igbo group, young people, young leaders in Igbo land who came together, and they demanded that his case should be treated speedily, and because they're kind of tired of what is currently happening, in his own case, and they just believe that if everything is expedited, automatically he will come out unscratched, especially having to do with the current situation on ground. I'd like to leave it here, but I'd like you to go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your position on this case? The result will be coming out soonest, and I'll keep you fully abreast with all the development. That's what I like.